it's just it sucks that it's over. The start. But it's been fun, and I was teared up in the locker room. It's a surreal feeling, in a negative way. But it's been fun, man. You learn a lot playing here. I've enjoyed my time here in Conway. I've enjoyed these coaches and the relationships I've had with these players. That stuff sticks with you. The wins, you're gonna remember some big wins, and you're gonna remember the losses too. But the relationships that I've formed here at UCA, that's something that's always gonna stick with me. So it sucks that it's ending like this. I hate that. I wish we could play them again. I wish. I really thought we were gonna beat them and move on, but it didn't work that way. It sucks, and I've loved my playing time here in Conway, and it sucks that it's over.
New Hampshire, with their very, very stout defense, pitched a shutout and, is an outstanding football team. If any of you watched the game on Saturday between New Hampshire and Central Connecticut, you know that, New Hampshire is they're a very, very proud program. They've been to the NCAA playoffs, as Steve mentioned. I was just sitting there thinking, our girls volleyball are going to Southern Cal, playing one of the most storied programs, and did I hear our women's basketball is going to play Tennessee? Is that? Yeah. And we're playing New Hampshire, who's been, who holds the record for most FCS playoff appearances, going right now. So it's a big challenge for us. It's one that we're definitely looking forward to. They very, very good on defense, as evidenced by, they don't give up a whole lot of points. Holy Cross scored some points on them early in the year. Stony Brook scored some points on them early in the year, but really since that point in time, they've been very, very stout defensively. They held James Madison to 21 points, and James Madison, as we all know, has won 23 in a row, and was able to score a lot of points on, a Southland member that is also in the playoffs. So we know how good that they are on offense. Offensively, New Hampshire has got some really good receivers. They've got, one wide receiver that will, it's very reminiscent to me of Cooper Kupp. They got a number 82 that can really get down the field and catch the football, and he's there, and that he's up at the top of that conference in yardage and in receptions, and he leads their team. They've got two other wide receivers that are very good football players. Number 19 is a big physical wide receiver that can go up over the top and catch the football. And then they've got number 1 is a playmaker, a bubble screen, jailbreak screen, speed sweep, punt return, kick return kind of guy, a very quick guy. So they've got some weapons offensively. Now, they have, I know they haven't put as many points on the board as what, and I'm going off of, listening to them talk. I know that they've struggled a little bit offensively, but defense, and their defense has really been keeping them in a lot of football games and has helped them be as successful as they have been. But they do have weapons offensively, so it's going to be our charge to make sure that we keep them in check. Don't let those receivers get loose. They've got a running back that's about 6 foot, 220 pounds that, that really had a great game against Georgia Southern. And Georgia Southern, won, I guess, 52-0 a week ago, and then came back and had another big win this week. So I know Georgia Southern's a really good football team, and New Hampshire beat them. That's to give you a little bit about the opponent that we're playing. We try to gather information when you don't play somebody that often. I mean, we played McNeese and Houston Baptist and the people within our conference, and when you watch film what you're looking at. But when you're watching, a different region, you try to gather as much information as you possibly can. And what I've gathered on New Hampshire is they're an outstanding football team, very, very good defensively with some playmakers on offense, a program that's been to the playoffs 14 years in a row. And a team that beat Georgia Southern, who I know is a very good football team earlier in the year. So
Your incredible lives are what make Arkansas so special. That's why doing our part to keep you amazing is our mission. By providing the most skilled doctors and nurses to heal you from sickness or injury, and giving comprehensive care to support your recovery, we're your guide to health. All so you can keep on giving, keep on inspiring,
and keep on amazing.
For the care that keeps you amazing, visit Baptist-Health.com.
Here I am back at UCA. This is where I got my start. Acting in plays, studying literature, writing scripts. Campus has grown so much in the last few years, and the technology is incredible. UCA is where I learned the craft of storytelling and got ready for a career in New York and LA. That's how I got here. Go here and go anywhere. Go UCA.
And we welcome you in for the second straight season. The Bears hosting playoff football on the Stripes. Justin Akert, Chris Kane, thrilled to bring you this playoff matchup here today. The first game for the Bears and the second one in the playoffs for their opponents. The Bears earned the right to have Thanksgiving weekend off. 10-1 on a 10-game win streak. The fourth seed in the national playoffs, hosting a perennial power in New Hampshire. The Wildcats 8-4 on the season, and coming off a shutout victory against an outmatched team, frankly, Chris, and a team that was playing shorthanded in Central Connecticut. The Wildcats have been ranked all year. The Bears have as well. They come out of a highly respected conference, and they certainly have had a heck of a playoff pedigree. It's the 14th straight trip to the playoffs for their opponents. And for the Bears, trying to earn a little national recognition, and today would be a huge step in the right direction.
Yeah, this would be. This is a team that certainly has, cemented their name as being a perennial player in the FCS playoffs, advancing to the second round, 7 of the last 8 years. And the Bears are going to have their hands full today with this team, and this team isn't one that isn't going to, doesn't really wow you statistically looking at some of the numbers, but they definitely have the size, and they've got the athletes that I think you have to respect. And this Bears team is going to have to find ways to stop them today, especially the passing game where they've been pretty good the last couple of weeks.
Central Arkansas fans, welcome to the Stripes, your Central Arkansas Bears.
Man in motion. Cox again. He's going to be exhausted from just going in motion. They fake it to him this time. Hildebrand looking downfield, going deep down the sideline. Has Battle. Great catch. He loses 2 defenders at the 30, 25-20. Battle to the races into the end zone. Touchdown, Central Arkansas. Battle, what a great catch. And a stop and go move on 2 defenders as he left them standing there and ran into the end zone.
Not just the catch, but the stop and letting the 2 defenders go right by him, and his acceleration to get right back to full speed in a split second is what makes him so special.
Cox in motion. Bears catch a break. Hildebrand has time. Ball tipped into the hands of Roman Gordon. He caught it. First down yardage on the grab. Ball was tipped, and it fluttered and floated into the hands of Roman Gordon. Some openings on the back end. If Hildebrand can get it out, he does. Has his man. First down yardage, and you could see them that time going to bring pressure, and you knew if he could get a receiver loose, it was going to be a first down pickup, and it was to Lester Wells, 15 on the play clock. He's going to put Blackman in motion, empties the backfield, looks over the middle. Wide open, Cox, the defender fell down at the 25, runs through a tackle, and then he's buried down after first down yardage by a big defensive lineman who went chasing him as Carter, as he puts Love in motion. He'll look to that side, nearly sacked, gets away, throws it, tipped up in the air, and intercepted. And the Bears are going the other way. It's picked up by Jackson, and the Bears are into New Hampshire territory, and he threw into traffic, Chris, and he got burned. We talked about it in pregame, and he is very aggressive with the football, and that time he caught it. Twin receivers left as well. Lester Wells on the inside with Roman Gordon outside. Hildebrand looking over the middle, has Wells at the 30 on his feet. And boy, wrestled down finally by the defensive back, Ellison, the safety, who finally got him down, but a beautiful throw. Napoli play action to Presley. Under pressure, Chambers has him. He gets out of it, stays on his feet, and then he is ripped down by a couple of other Bears who came late. It was Nathan Grant in there that cleaned up Chris Chambers' mess that he created. Knight goes 5'11". So Lupoli on third down will hand it to Gray. He is tackled down, and it'll be a field goal attempt upcoming, or so you would expect, for New Hampshire. Bears obviously going to keep an eye out for a fake, but he will kick it. It is up, and he drilled it, and it is no good. Hit it hard, but he missed it. Off to the right side, according to the officials. So both kickers now have missed very makeable field goals. Return man standing back at the his own 40-yard line. Ponder does get away. Beautiful spiraling punt, driving him back over his head. Lands at the 25, takes a Bear bounce inside the 15, inside the 10, and Patrick Ponder just flipped the field. Huge. There's your Ponder bomb. Ponder bomb.
At UCA, students come in with the second highest ACT and GPA in the state and leave with a career that's second to none. The University of Central Arkansas. Go here and go anywhere.
Honoring all-around excellence in men's and women's collegiate competition. Every division, every sport, the Learfield Directors Cup. The prestigious award continues its reign as the crowning achievement in college athletics. To follow your favorite team, like us on Facebook, find us online and on Twitter. The Learfield Directors Cup.
So 3 receivers out to the left side, which is the wide side for Lupoli, and his star receiver to the near side, the short side of the field, that's O'Connor. He'll go in motion now. 4 receivers now to the left side. Lupoli will run it, and he's buried down. Eric Jackson flings him to the turf like a ragdoll at the 20. Hildebrand back to pass over the middle. Has Cox. Great catch around his ankles. Had to go down low to get that one. I'll say shins. Maybe not quite the ankles, but he went low to grab it. Fakes the handoff. Hildebrand will roll to his left. Throws outside. Open is Cox at the 40 of New Hampshire. And he got all of that back and then some. A 14-yard gain. Giving it up as far as average goes. Up the middle, Gray buried down. Bear defense there. Reggie O'Dean lead the charge again. Doing a little, I don't know which wrestler had that move, but the extended leg foot stomp. It's a good look. There we go, 3rd and 11. Bears have behind the sticks again. Juan Jackson stepping up, showing pressure. And they will throw it here. As time, Lupoli gets happy feet and sacked! He is brought down again by Jackson, and Eric Jackson is having an all-American kind of day. He and Terrell with a chest bump at the 5. Fired up. It's meet me at the quarterback, and Lupoli buried into the turf at the 15. Not a lot of blitzing and not a lot of trickery defensively by New Hampshire. Just bringing pressure over and over. Nearly intercepted it is. Going the other way is New Hampshire. Still on his feet at the 30. 25-20, 10, 5. Touchdown. New Hampshire. Returned by the safety. That was Evan Horn. Was the interception. The second tip pass intercepted today by the New Hampshire defense. Scripps receivers to the right side. Ball in the middle of the field. Hildebrand, obvious throwing down again. They drop a bunch of guys. They throw a back shoulder to Dillard. Nice catch as he beats the defender. Through the hands of Lupoli. It's on the ground. And he dives on it. There's a scramble for it. They're going to have to sort it out here. Safety. The Bears score the safety as it goes right through the hands of Lupoli. And boy, they had a great chance at a touchdown there, Chris, if they could have only covered it. We'll throw it over the middle. Has a man at the 50. 40. Just what the doctor ordered. Cedric Battle off of the races. And you call it. Said if you can get Cedric Battle loose, something could happen. 78 yards. Just like that. Wow. So much for being down in the dumps. Just when it looked like the Bears were dead, they get Cedric Battle loose over the middle, all the way to the end zone, and a late flag came out. Maybe a celebration. Yeah. And 4:26, Lupoli, will he throw it or will he run it? I'm looking quarterback keeper here. And he's going to roll right. He's looking. He's going to run it, and he's hammered down Great play by Chris Chambers and Eric Jackson. And I think it was an RPO, and he made the wise decision of not letting it go. But it's also going to bring up a 4th down, and it's punt time. This could be the final drive of the Bears season. Hildebrand back to pass. Steps up, got bumped, still alive, gets rid of it late. Has Cedric Battle out at the 40. First down, Central Arkansas. Lester Wells finding some space, and what a heady play by Hildebrand. Has Twins left as well. Empties the backfield, or shifts Blackman rather, hands it to his running back. He's out across the 50 to the 45. Blackman still on his feet inside the 40. Still driving forward and pushed out of bounds. And a beautiful run by Carlos Blackman, and a great play call by Nathan Brown. 1:32 left. Blackman out, and a first down Central Arkansas as they are in to New Hampshire territory. It's a great day for football. The Bears would love to pay them back with a touchdown here. Hildebrand, 4-man rush, stepping up, fumbled it, and there's a scramble for the ball, and I think New Hampshire covered it. They did.
I'm disappointed, very disappointed. I'm disappointed in myself for not preparing us better, but I don't want them to hang their head. These senior class led us to, they've led us to 20 Division I wins over the last 2 years, which is the most in school history. They've had 2 10-win seasons. They went undefeated in the Southland Conference. And they've overcome so much adversity. We had we had one preseason All-American going into it, and he gets hurt and not able to play his senior year. We got another All-Conference guy that's they make a poster at the beginning of the year, and there's 5 of them on there. Well, hell, 2 of them don't play a snap. So these guys led us to a great deal, and I'll forever be very proud of them for leading us to a home seed and a chance to an undefeated Southland Conference championship. Can't nobody take that away from us. I've been beat before. Well, I ain't gonna duck my head, and we'll go play them again tomorrow if they want to play. Now you don't get to do that. They beat us. We'll shake their hand. Congratulations to them. But these guys had a great senior year. We're disappointed we didn't win, and we congratulate them. And I wish I'd have prepared them better. Wish we'd played a little better. But this one will sting. We'll learn from it. But these seniors, shoot, I mean they've done an outstanding job. No, you can't. You don't. If you play football, I want to win a championship. These young men, they want to win a championship more than anything. But the lessons that you learn, the values, the work ethic, all that. You don't need no ring on my finger to know that. And then they don't to know that ain't none of them son of a gun got nothing on you. I don't care if some buck walks in with 4 Super Bowl rings. Tell them, come on. They ain't got nothing on you, and they ain't got nothing on you. You follow me? And that's what I want them to know. It's about the showing up every day and doing the very best that you can. And we wanted to win. Sometimes you do, and sometimes you don't. But that don't change who you are. And that don't change who you are. Just because you win a game, that don't make you no better person. You lose a game, that don't make you no worse person. You're a champion. Win, lose, draw, whatever, be the champion. Don't let the circumstances control or define you. And that's what we need to come out of this thing with. And these guys are champions. Now, they went undefeated through the Southland Conference, who I think is a very, very tough conference.
At UCA, we have the 2nd highest on-campus undergraduate enrollment in the state, for a reason. Lots of reasons, actually. The University of Central Arkansas. Go here and go anywhere.
What does it mean to be Southland Strong?
It's not just big wins.
It's success in the classroom
and being engaged with service,
family, passion,
integrity,
overcoming adversity,
hard work and dedication,
bettering people around you,
striving for excellence,
leadership and competition
on our campuses
and in our communities.
We are Southland Strong.
We feel like we've got a great group of young men coming back, and we want to be able to take that next step next year. One of the things we talked to the guys about was, that Sam Houston game a year ago. It hurt. It hurt bad. It ripped our heart out. We were there. We were 8-0 in the conference a year ago. and we traveled to Sam Houston and thought we were ready, and we weren't. And that one hurt us. And we learned a lot from that game that we were able to come back and use this year to help us beat those guys and to get over the hump and to take that next step, which was to win the conference and go undefeated in the conference this year. And so we learned from that loss. This year, Eastern Washington hurt. It didn't hurt like this one did. And this one hurt. And there's some definite things that we can definitely learn from this one to go on and be able to take. There's steps that apparently we have to take. And now there's another step that we've got to take, and with each obstacle or disappointment is great opportunity, an opportunity to learn, and that's what we've talked to our guys about, and that we will learn from this and become a better football team and better program because of it. So we look at it as definite disappointment, but also we've got to take what we can learn from that and move on and be able to take that next step. And we've got to, we real quickly you turn the page to recruiting. We weren't planning on being out this week recruiting. We were planning on being game planning, but we got back in yesterday and met and started getting our recruiting plans together, and we're finalizing them. And I like the group of young men that we've got coming back. We're losing some outstanding football players. Some guys that as Steve just said, George is one of your all-time leading tacklers. He's in the top 4 or 5. Hayden, all-time leading passer behind his position coach and coordinator. Be hard to replace. And those guys will forever be outstanding football players, and they'll go down in history as outstanding football player. But that is what you love so much about football, is each year there's a new opportunity and a new chance for young guys to step up and to take those reins. And I'm very excited about the young guys that we've got coming back. I'm excited about the response that we've been getting in recruiting. I know, and it's great when our guys keep up. I'm seeing guys that are committed to us in football. I'm checking the Twitter the other night. It's Friday night, and I'm in bed. And it's getting late. We got the game the next morning, and Shelly and I are laying there, and she's got the computer, and we're watching volleyball against the Southern Cal Trojans, and I flip over to watch Twitter to check on some of our recruits to see how they've done in their Friday night playoff games, and they're retweeting that UCA's beating Southern Cal, and that's neat. It's neat that they're that UCA, that they know about us in all aspects. Our from our volleyball to our women's basketball going and playing Tennessee, to the men playing some of the most UCLA, the most storied program in basketball. So it's we're getting a lot of recognition in all of our athletics department, our athletic in every sport, and the response in recruiting has been outstanding.